Hey, disclaimer, I haven't done this in years. So
We're not responsible or liable for any injuries or death
this
calls.
is what I can remember. And this is why we're training, because we probably suck at this. So this is just a field dressing. This is going to be a presser dressing, which is just a wad of cloth that goes on top. That is just going to get torqued down on top of this. Right, considering this is all I have is 2 t-shirts, that's all we're going to get. And then I'm going to have him put pressure on this if he can. Still keeps bleeding, then he gets a tourniquet, probably. So that's pretty much it. Just wrap it down, put the knot over the wound.
Now you say never take it off. What if it soaks through with blood?
You keep putting more on.
Then you just put another one on top of it?
And the pressure never comes off. Because it'll just open up again.
So the first one is what? Just a field dressing?
That's what we called it. The field dressing was physically a field dressing, but for term purposes, it's just a dressing, really.
Just a t-shirt or whatever. You can
right.
cut off some of the clothing
Right.
of the injured person.
Cotton does have a good stretch to it, but I like this knot over whatever I'm trying to stop, and then this field dressing over that. This is just more to absorb more, to create a little more pressure and absorb more blood. And then this goes over the top of that to put more pressure down. Right, if this doesn't work, then he probably has an arterial bleed, because this should stop any vascular bleeding. The vascular bleed on my leg. So you want to keep the limb as stable as possible, because you could have fractures and you could sever other stuff. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to slide it under the knee. That's going to be your biggest gap. Right. So you're moving my leg as little as possible, and then you can slide it up where you need to. Right. Right. Yeah, that's good. Pull it pretty firm. Yeah. So, okay, and then. You're not trying to cut off the circulation here, by the way. It's extremely important that you don't cut the circulation off, because this is not a tourniquet. This is your first dressing. You're going to leave this on here for 5 to 10 minutes to see if the bleeding actually stops. Right? You're actually going to elevate the leg to 2 to 4 inches, so just very slightly. You can put it on your leg.
Okay.
5 to 10 minutes, right? And if it's still oozing blood, you're going to put the leg back down. You're going to put the pressure dressing on. Right. Again, you're not trying to cut off circulation. You're also going to have to check for pulse in the leg, right? And also capillary refill on the toe. We're not going to do that. Because if you don't get it, this is too tight. And you've put on a tourniquet accidentally, because you're trying to save a limb at this point, right?
Right.
It's pretty tight as it is. I don't think it's totally cut off. So you're good to go. This thing should probably be a little more on site. Right?
Okay.
Again, same thing. You want to keep the limb as stable as possible.
Yeah,
okay.
This is my first time doing it
Right.
at all. So.
All right, good to go. Make sure you want to keep it center, right?
Okay. Yep.
Because your patient's probably going to move.
All right.
And you want to make sure it's nice and solid, and double knot it. So you should also be able to slide your fingers underneath it. So hold this side so you don't move it, and slide see if you can slide your fingers underneath, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can't, it's too tight.
Okay.
So you're going to check for pulse. And you're also going to check for capillary refill using your fingertips on the pulse. Also, obviously, I'm not going to have my socks or shoes on for this. So real important, you're not trying to cut off the circulation, because if you cut off circulation, you lose the limb. And then you're going to elevate again for 5 to 10 minutes. And the bleeding continues, then you put a tourniquet on, because you have you have a bigger issue. So you should elevate. You should find some mechanism to get the injury above the heart. Also, if your patient is sitting up like this, you need to tell them to sit down.
All right.
Because me sitting up is driving blood to the to the wound.
Okay, so you're supposed to be laying down.
Yeah. Okay. So if I'm here, I need more morphine though. So good to go.
Okay, cool.